There is no one above the law, right? Wrong. There are two people above the law on planet Earth. First one being obviously Batman because justice and all. Second, is this Colombian R&B singer.
So take me.
Hey, chill.
I just hit you again. What the
said,
you do about
Tell
it?
you what's gonna happen.
For the first time,
again,
we
what the
are seeing body camera video when Miami-Dade police say they were assaulted by a quadriplegic man. A case so unusual, even the judge at first appearance seemed surprised.
I have truly never seen a case like this.
Now this one flew under the radar. I missed it fully while I was, too focused on shitting on Jack Doherty or, Johnny Somali. This is a case that happened in May of 2024 where this quadriplegic, apologize for my English, but let's give it one more try. Quadriplegic. Man, a true gangster who's above the law when he ran over police officers and was charged with 2 counts of assault on officers. Now, what made this quadriplegic man rage? Was he drinking and driving? Is that why he ran over the police officers? Well, no. He had an argument with his mom at home because according to the reports, she is bipolar. She also has mental issues and she stopped taking her pills. They got into a, back and forth argument and he had to call the police to, get her the help that she needs. And once the police arrived, for their safety, the police officers, they decided to put handcuffs on the mom. And little did these donkeys knew they were going to get ran over by the son because the mother wasn't the dangerous one. The son was.
So take me.
Hey.
But when mom is put in handcuffs, this happens.
Nah, bro, don't fucking do that.
Brian,
No,
hey,
man.
stop hitting me with the
No,
chair,
man,
Brian.
stop doing
That's a
that.
battery on a
You
wheel.
just said
When we interviewed Amasta back then, he told us this.
Now, to give you a little bit more context, the body cam footage got released to the public later on, after like 2 weeks or 4 weeks. The police had it. They knew exactly what happened. They said their side of the story. I don't know if this Duncan knew he was being recorded, but his side of the story seemed very, very much different than the police officer's side of the story. He is the true victim over here.
They claimed that I hit them with my wheelchair.
Did you?
I absolutely did not.
The report stated that you spit at an officer.
Right, so I suffer from acid reflux, so I normally spit. And I spat like the totally different direction.
I bet you didn't even know what acid reflux was, did you? You didn't know. Well, now you know. It is the Hock-Twa syndrome. That's what I like to call it. It's a good information to know in case you're at a funeral and you say, I'm so sorry for your loss, and the other person gives you one of those out of nowhere. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Do not be mad at them, first of all, because, someone died. Second of all, because they have a syndrome. I honestly don't know if it's a true thing or not, if it exists, the Hock-Twa syndrome. But if it exists, this guy didn't have it because according to his statement, he has this syndrome, but the footage says otherwise after it came out, a couple of weeks later.
You spit at an officer.
Right, so I suffer from acid reflux, so I normally spit. And I spat like the totally different direction.
But this is the video.
You want to listen or not?
Amasa also told us he felt humiliated during his arrest
are you laughing at me, bro?
because he was separated from his motorized wheelchair, which he says was damaged when it was put on a flatbed.
You can't make this up. you can't. This is real, by the way. They call it a tow truck for his wheelchair. Now, I'm pretty sure the police department has wheelchairs at their station, but maybe he, just could use this specific one. Fine, they had to call a tow truck, but that's a pretty gangster picture if you ask me. If I was him, I'll use this as the picture of my next album. Thankfully, the officers, honestly, they had a good temper. Usually in these situations, police officers, they just fucking take their gun out and start shooting him. But the police officers decided to just pick him up, put him in a patrol car. He claims he was injured, and he claims his car, I don't know what to call that, electric wheelchair. He claimed that it was damaged as well while they were towing it on a tow truck.
Which he says was damaged when it was put on a flatbed. You see one officer appearing to text someone, joking that they were going to put him on the tow truck.
All the officers at the scene, all going to hell for this, especially the one who texted. Honestly, I don't blame the guy who texted. I probably would have done the same thing. I would have texted my friends as well. But look, he was just being very extremely disrespectful. He spat on the officers. He, hit them with his electric wheelchair as well. It's unacceptable. You can't do that to a police officer. Obviously, they're not going to tase you, or they're not going to, shoot you or, take you down. Stop resisting! I can't even move shit. Like, they're not gonna do that. And I'm at season 1, episode 10 of The Mentalist right now, and it opened my eyes on how much small details matter. Pay attention to his legs. There was a crime that happened last year that we covered it about this quadrileptic people. It was a man on a wheelchair holding a gun with no arms and robbed the place. They realized his legs don't work like they used to before, and they realized that, you know, he is not a threat. They're just gonna bump into us just a little bit. They just picked him up, put him in a car, towed his wheelchair. You know, they charged him with two assault on police officers, and, you know, send each other, make this whole thing a meme and send it to their group of friends.
Yeah, because
Officers later seen inspecting their legs. A mass that charged with 2 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer. The judge says this is a first.
Now, I've looked everywhere to see what exactly happened to him. Was he fine? Did he go to jail? Is he serving time? Did he win by playing the victim even though everything that he said was a lie? First of all, this is what his lawyer said after he was charged. And, you know, he wanted to get out on bond.
My client's not a flight risk, clearly.
How do you know, Mr. Lawyer? What makes you think that he's not a flight risk? Yeah, he might not be stupid enough to take a flight to another place, but he can ride it all the way to another state or another city. The only way you could catch this guy if he decides to speed and get pulled over. If he decides to go the speed limit, you're screwed. All of you, none of you will know that he actually escaped. And surprisingly, everyone just covered the incident because it was, you know, an interesting case that, you know, not something you see every day. No one reported about what exactly happened later on, so I had to do my own investigation, go to his YouTube channel. Yes, his music video, his artist YouTube channel, and this is what I found. His latest music video was posted a month ago, meaning he didn't really go to jail. He just had to pay the fine for, you know, assaulting the 2 police officers. Pretty interesting case, I would say. In case you missed it, this is what happened. Just wanted to share that with you. Take it easy. I'll see you at the next one.